Oof. That didn't go down smooth.
Week 5 recap, sponsored by Solo Cup, because you don't know what we were drinking in these cups. Big week 5. Hockey opens up yesterday, Rudy. That's big. I know you love the Rangers.
Steve Nash
scoring goals. I like it.
Rick Nash.
Rick Nash, sorry. AP going to court. Rusty Harden defended him. Best defense attorney in the country's history ever. Literally.
So he's going to get off.
He's not going to get off. Something's going to come up, bro. Like, he told drug testers that he smoked pot recently. And now the prosecutors are asking to revoke his bail.
That's not a good start.
Not a good start.
That's not a good start.
But speaking of pot, Josh Gordon, 7 weeks away, Rudy. Woohoo!
That's big time for you.
That's big time for me and Pete, not just me.
True. Sorry, Pete.
Yeah. But first matchup, and it was a good one. Probably the matchup of the week. The not so salty salamis, 104, took on me and Pete's team. We're coming for you, G. 130.5. It was utter domination. Demaryius Thomas with 51 points, 8 catches, 226 yards, 2 touchdowns. Best line for a wide receiver this year. Most points for a wide receiver this year. He went from being the 55th best wide receiver to the 10th in 1 week, Rudy. And he had his bye.
That's a big jump.
That's a big time jump.
Huge, major jump.
And he gets to play the Jets next week, so you know he's scoring over 30 points, Rudy. And we're taking them for Survivor.
Not looking forward to that.
Not looking forward to it. But what'd you have to say about Demaryius? You said...
I would have to say, as your people would say, Mamma mia, that's a lot of points.
That's a lot of points, Rudy. Indeed it is. But Romo, he's a stud, man. 22.5 points. Looked like a good trade. He had more points than Emmanuel Sanders, Gordo. Half a point more. His first 300-yard game. They almost wound up blowing the game to the Texans. But they got Ebola going on over there. Someone just died of Ebola. I don't want anything to do with Romo right now.
Wasn't it a Cowboy fan?
It was a Cowboy fan. If Romo gets Ebola, that's big time. I can't have that. But I wound up winning with Nick Folk in my lineup with 0 points, Larry Donnell in my lineup with 0 points, Matt Asiata with 5 points, and Gio with 9 points. I got so lucky because I played Salami's shitty team. Antonio Brown added on to his consecutive catch streak. I think it's like 22 games now. He's breaking his records now. So that's always a good thing. But I faced it up against Salami, like I said, the not so salty one. He had Reggie Bush and Calvin Johnson throw up 6 and 1 points respectively, and they both wound up going down in the Lion game against the Bills. Calvin might be out for a while. They're saying got an ankle or foot injury. Me and Pete knew this was going to happen. We actually had a full conversation about it. He traded Calvin Johnson in one of his other leagues because he knew Calvin Johnson had a foot injury, and foot injuries are the worst thing for wide receivers. I.e., look at Akeem Nicks last year, Rudy. And you know how bad he was terrible last year. I think you had him on like 2 teams.
I did.
You did. But Julio Jones, 26 points, 11 catches, 105 yards. Number 2 ranked wide receiver. Guess behind who, Rudy?
Behind him.
Antonio, what could Brown do for you?
Wow.
A lot. He does a lot for me, I swear. But the Panthers D scored another touchdown. Not surprised. It's like the 4th touchdown me and Pete had scored against us this year. Not surprised. It's going to happen every week, Pete. It's just the luck. Sorry. But, Rudy, on to you.
For me, my first matchup that I'm going to talk about is winning is my forte, and ain't no thing.
Ain't no thing but a chicken wing.
I have to say, putting out the most points, Booch, congratulations.
About time.
197 points. We have, for the highlights, we have a nice winning of my Forte throwing up 37 points. Aaron Forrester throwing up 35 points. Marshawn Lynch, 22 points. All about backs. All
Backs
about
on backs on backs.
All about
backs on backs on backs.
But I do have to say one thing about you, Booch. You have 496 points against you. That means you're averaging less than 100 points each week to week. It's not that good.
Not that good.
Not that good. But I do have to say, Tass, ain't no thing. Valid effort. Valid.
Mm-hmm.
You had 130 points with Peyton Manning throwing up 37.5 points. That's awesome. Good for you. Brian Quick, looking really quick.
Really quick.
Really, really quick. 25 points. Good for you. But you were to beat 7 out of, what, eight teams? Sorry. Tough loss.
And now you got to play me and Pete next week, and that's a tough matchup, especially with T.Y. throwing up 24 points in the first half. Uh-oh. But, you done with that already?
Yeah,
you
that's it.
Good?
That's all I have. That's all I have to say about that.
Right back to me.
Right back to you.
Right back to me. Third matchup, Starvin Harvins, 148 versus Let Them Come, 117 and a half. But, starting with Jackie's team. It's another underperformance from the value-based drafter. He has Eric Decker in his starting lineup. He's hurt the entire week. He's questionable. He's limited.
As a Jet fan.
He's on the Jets, Jack.
I feel for you.
Remember, he's on the Jets.
I feel for you.
I don't know what you're doing starting him. You should have started... Wait, Gronk wasn't started? 27 points on the bench? Jack benches Gronk again. Back-to-back weeks. Jack,
what are you doing?
I don't like that, Jackie. Also, I had Kendall Wright on the bench for 26 points. His best fantasy game in his entire career. 2 touchdowns. Crushing kids. But DeMarco, another 100-yard performance. 5 games in a row. 27 points. Another game over 25 points. He's a monster. Number 1 running back overall in fantasy football.
I know Billy's happy about that one.
Billy's so happy. But they're going to lose to the Seahawks. And me and Peter's on the Seahawks, so good luck. But Rashad Jennings, banged up. 8 points out of the game. Doubtful for this week. A.J. Green, 17 points. Carter off the field yesterday on Wednesday. He's probably not going to play on Sunday. They're saying he's going to need a miracle.
What are you gonna
He might
do?
be out for a couple weeks.
Oof.
It's tough. But on to the victor, Starvin Harvins. Wow, good for you, Gordo. Getting back on track. Good trades. Russell Wilson, finally in your starting lineup. Finally producing like a starter. 37 and a half. 100 yards rushing. Running all over the Redskins. He looked like RG3. Alshon Jeffrey, 20 points, over 20 points. Emmanuel Sanders, over 20 points. Julius Thomas, over 20 points. You're welcome for Emmanuel Sanders. He helped you out this week. Nice trade for Alshon, too. He had 20 points. But Crabtree with 2 points hurt you big time. I don't know. He's boomer bust big time. Percy Harvin, 3 touchdowns called back. And I'm so happy because I played rap in my other league, and he scored 3 40-yard touchdowns, which would have lost me everything, so it's huge. But he sat out practice on Thursday, and he might not play, but he probably's not playing. He's going to score like 20 points. He's the man. But real, I want to take a break because I got to take a
A doo-doo?
pee.
Oh, okay.